Welcome to another episode of Honest Trailer Commentaries, the show where, if you don't know how it works by now, watch an older episode. I'm Special Gilbert, Joe Starr, Danielle Radford, Dan Murrell.
Hello.
Today we're speaking about Batman Returns, and after about 30 minutes of half-baked riffs, we'll watch some deleted scenes. There, that's the summary.
Yeah, that's the show.
Yeah.
That is the show.
This is, I believe, the only Batman movie remaining for which there exists no honest trailer. So for right now,
There's a lot of animated ones, but
Phantasm?
Yeah, true.
I should say,
Phantasm,
and not the 66. Well, okay.
Yeah.
The only live-action Batman movie, not including 1966's Batman.
Still got a little bit more of that sweet bat milk to squeeze out of the other.
A little bit.
Just when they make Matt Reeves the Batman.
Yes.
We'll do Batman 66.
Yeah, Batman 66 or something.
I don't want to bury the lead. This is Joe's favorite movie.
It is my favorite Batman movie.
Okay.
I love this movie. This was a very difficult movie to sit in the room with everyone.
You're really pushing back hard on some things.
I really was. Lon doesn't get to be in the room for this one, but I almost jumped over a table at him a few times on this one.
I mean, Gotham City municipal politics are to you like Cardassians are to me. I will go to war over
You'll go to war over the Kardashians?
Cardassians.
Cardassians, the Star Trek one.
Wow.
Not the,
Boy. Okay.
not the,
It's all about
God,
the emphasis.
Cardassians.
No, I love this movie. I think.
Wait, hold on. They have the same name, more or less, like as a Star Trek villain? Or
We had a very long argument over this joke going into the Star Trek Honest trailer. Yes.
I think I was on
There's an
parental leave or
alien
something.
race known as the Cardassians.
yes.
You can't blame everything on parental leave.
I haven't slept in 4 months.
This was long before your child was even an apple in your eye.
Yeah, okay. All right, fine. What were we talking about?
Gleam in your eye.
How Danielle's with me on this.
Yes, Batman Returns is easily my favorite Batman. I love this Batman. I think it's obviously, for me, watching it as a girl and seeing Catwoman and watching her kick ass was really huge. And then when I go back and watch it, it surprisingly still holds up, at least for me. Even when we pick it apart, which sometimes makes me like movies less than this one, it didn't bother me at all. Because sometimes while because you guys know, I really love bad movies. And so sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm really enjoying this, even though this isn't great. And then when I start really analyzing why it's not great, it's like, oh, this
isn't fun anymore.
This isn't fun anymore. This one's still fun and not bad.
Yeah.
It's still fun.
No, this was fun and ridiculous.
Yes.
I think you got to love things, flaws and all, you know? And Batman Returns is one of those. It's not a flawless film.
No.
My big issue is, like, who's this movie about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. For me, it's like the whole doesn't equal the sum of its parts. And
Chip.
That
It's
it
about
has
Chip.
so many.
Chip.
Yes, Chip. Chip Shrek.
Chip Shrek.
It has a lot of really amazing elements, but like when you step back and look at the whole thing, you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of happens.
It seems like you have a lot of great characters, and they're all just kind of ping-ponging off each other. Like Batman, like Catwoman's got beef with Shrek until like she falls, and then she falls in love with / hates the Batman, and then like teams up with the Penguin to ruin Batman's rep. But then it's just like it just seems like all these characters just bouncing plans off of each other, and like they keep changing what they want, or not what they want, but how they're going to go about getting it. And then it kind of ends. Batman just they
And then he adopts a cat.
And he adopts a cat.
And the movie ends. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's
All
poetry.
movies should end with people adopting cats.
Yes.
right.
Adopt the Cat, the famous screenwriting manual.
Yep.
So never show a reference again in any other Batman movie.
What?
That cat.
Yep.
Oh, really?
What happened to the cat?
Well,
That's very fair.
Keaton took it. he took it home from set. And
No,
never.
canonically, like in the movie.
Kilmer was like, no cat on set. I'm
Nope.
allergic.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is the cat in Batman
happened to the
Forever?
cat? Hashtag,
Yeah.
where's the Bat Cat?
Where's Bat Cat? I mean, it's a big house.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't want a Bat Cat in the Schumacher films because that cat probably wears a weird costume. It has like 8 nipples on its back.
But I do think one of the big.
How many nipples does a cat have?
Probably the regular amount. Whatever that is.
We'd have to rewatch the Cats trailer.
Trailer starts
Well-
after cat nipple discussion.
Also, you're the first person I've ever met that spells titties with a D.
No, I just did it because I think it's a funny way to
Yeah,
spell
it's
it.
hilarious. Okay. I like an AYS at the end.
Yeah.
But wow, again, you're throwing me off. What I liked about watching this film and revisiting it was how it is silly and it is ridiculous, just like Joel Schumacher's movies were. It's just better at it.
Yeah.
It just does a better job.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that Batman isn't silly in this film. It's just fun.
They pulled it off.
It's better. Yeah.
Whereas, Batman and Robin did not pull it off.
Right.
Yes.
So good for Tim Burton. We're glad he got to achieve his dreams. Let's watch our honest trailer for Batman Returns.
Good on you, Tim Burton, for achieving your dreams.
Nailed it, buddy.
We didn't put the Blockbuster Summer thing on this.
Oh.
I just realized today.
Whoops.
Oh, sorry.
Comic-Con. We were
Blockbuster
tired.
Summer.
Comic-Con.
Before he reaves, but before he rose, and even before he and Robin, Batman returned in. It's Batman Returns, you guys. After Tim Burton
just fun to give
Warner's
up.
a solid by making Batman cool again, they'll let him get his freak on in the sequel, with all the Burtonicities you know and love, plus a dash of Frank Miller grit, a touch of Adam West silliness, and 2 scoops of the Batman XXX porn parody.
Just the you have been looking for.
Semi-hard, I'd say.
Pause. Slight digression about the titles of porn movies. I was very disappointed in the name of the Batman porn parody, which is Batman, a XXX porn parody.
Yeah, they don't really do them great anymore. There's no like misspellings.
Yeah.
There's no, and in some of them they don't even change names. They just say, oh, well, since we're calling it a parody, we don't have to do the Mad Magazine thing, which is like
Yes.
that was
Why even hire a writer at this point?
I know, right? That's the point.
Come on.
Why put together a writer's room for these things if you're not going to try?
Yeah.
Joe, have 40 Batman porn parody titles on my desk by tomorrow.
Sir, yes, sir.
Anyways.
That is
Also-
basically our job. But
Because part of this is answering questions.
Fat
I
Man
saw,
Returns.
one question that was asked was why we
Buttman.
why Buttman, any number of them. Why we bleeped when Penguin says just the meow
Yeah.
that I've been looking for, because he's referring to a cat. I understand that, but
Context, baby.
demonetization.
Yeah,
is
they-
real and it affects everything.
The YouTube overmind does not read context clues.
No.
They just
No.
go, bad word, monetization's over.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a weird impression.
And there's a theory
Yeah.
that if a video is demonetized, that it might be harder for people to find and it doesn't get shared out as much. Now, I have no confirmation for that, but if you look at the views on Game of Thrones versus something like Wild Wild West and the fact that they did about the same.
Well, Wild Wild West is more popular than Game of Thrones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and Game of Thrones was largely deemed unsuitable. Anyway, that's why. If you ever want to know blanket stems, or we'll address this again, why we bleep or blur anything, it's because we've lost our edge, and also because
We used to be cool.
and also because we do like people to see our videos, and occasionally for us to be able to stay in business.
It is, to be fair, a part of this. People watching the videos.
Right.
yeah.
And I say the P word all the time to myself in the mirror, just screaming it.
Yeah, that's when we get it out, you guys.
Anyways, let's keep going.
Avoid. Teach you my French flipper trick.
Hey, creep! Children are watching this movie.
Good for him
about
for
a violent
committing.
billionaire who beats up poor people. And by beats up, I mean kills.
Yep.
Yeah, that man's definitely
He'll
dead.
be fine. You think this is a Batman movie? Think again. Because he is not in it very much. Michelle Pfeiffer
great
stars
reading
as
by
Selena
John.
Kyle.
Pause.
Pause.
Do we? I that graphic. I don't know what the source was. Is that in costume time?
No.
That's Bruce
Wayne
Wayne
and-
slash
yeah,
Batman.
Bruce and Batman.
Okay, I
It's
saw
from
that question.
I
as
believe
well.
it's from IMDb.
Yeah, it's from IMDb, and then it
okay.
was made
And
into
we
a
just-
graphic to make it easier.
So that covers both Michael Keaton and Batman. It's the least Bruce Wayne slash Batman time of any Batman movie.
Here, it's like a Batman the Animated Series episode inside of like a weird fetish film,
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
which is why it's
Yeah.
Joe's favorite movie.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Cracked it.
Hi, it's a puzzle piece about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot of like scene chewing stuff. Like in Begins, Christian Bale has like the great "Get everyone out of my house on my birthday" speech. You know, you sink.
I see what he did there.
You know, stuff like that. Yeah.
Just
This Batman, yeah, not a whole lot of that.
Yeah.
Scenes are great that he's in. Don't get me wrong. Perhaps the best Bat scenes out of the entire franchise.
I love how big his fireplace is. Maybe we'll see that later.
Such a big
it
fireplace.
is a
You could
Citizen
put like
Kane-esque
the
fireplace.
Sequoia National Redwood Forest in that thing, and it wouldn't fill it
Yeah.
up. That is so hot. You would be melting in front of it. It's a bonfire. It's a localized bonfire.
I know it's huge.
I know it's
Very
probably
drafty.
very drafty.
It's very
Yeah.
drafty.
But is it all heated by that central furnace?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Alfred just chopping down redwoods and
I honestly think he is. Yeah,
If you
yeah,
compare the Wayne Manor between the first and second movies, he renovated the whole thing to go from a stately English manor to Tim Burton house on a hill.
Yeah.
That's a lot of construction breeze, cross breeze.
Plus spotlights. We haven't really.
we'll see that
We'll
later.
talk about that in a
Yeah.
minute.
All right, keep going.
Strong, confident woman, but only after a traumatic brain injury.
That is how it works.
And when her corpse gets bitten by a radioactive cat or something, she'll become Catwoman.
I am Catwoman. Hear me roar.
An anti-hero who loves licking,
So
lounging,
do cats.
and long, drawn-out gymnastics routines.
You could just walk.
Come on.
It's right there. That can't be quicker.
Man, she's so good in this. Can we get a solo Catwoman movie, please?
Oh yeah.
I take it
Back
back.
you,
I take it back.
P-Tough.
Tired of comic books.
That scene, though, is, I think, the epitome of what Spencer was talking about for the entire movie, which is that Batman is in Gotham City, just finished a big action sequence fighting a bunch of clowns. Penguin is wandering around. Catwoman is separately in the department store executing
Getting
her revenge
scheme
scheme
on Max Shrek,
and
yeah.
then all three of them just sort of run into each other.
Their fates converge.
on their own separate paths, and they're just like,
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
hey.
He's touring the streets, observing the chaos. Mayor stuff. Like, yeah, that's why he's out there.
Yeah,
he's doing
they all
mayor
just kind
stuff.
of run into each other on the street
Like,
inside their
"Arr."
own three separate subplots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many times has the plot of a Batman movie been like, or TV or whatever, been like, we can't just kill him. No, we have to kill the idea of him
Yeah.
first. Isn't
He's
that
a martyr.
always that?
He's gonna be a martyr.
Yeah.
But the movie works because inside that random interchange, you have, you don't really think you'll win, do you? And you've got the meow, and like, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
how
that's
the
so good.
movie is like,
Yeah.
everyone's on their own separate paths, and it doesn't all really connect or sometimes even make sense, but everyone's so great that no one cares.
Yeah. She's, and since this is the Catwoman run, she's so good in this movie.
She's so good.
She is constantly mugging. Oh, she knows exactly what she's doing for this. And so I actually had a run of all of the time she's like mugging for the camera because she knows who she is in this movie and what this movie is. And even as, the meeker Selena Kyle, she's still making like hardcore nerd faces and it's great.
Corn dog.
I think sometimes Uma Thurman watches Batman Returns like with a glass of wine and just like, see what did I
Right?
do wrong?
Yeah.
What did I do so wrong?
That is fair.
That she did so right.
Yeah.
Because it's true. There's not really
Not much difference.
No.
Not much difference. It's just a better movie. It's indescribable.
It's the difference in tone and modulating things.
But the tone was the same. There's just like a special sauce somewhere.
But like Tim Burton didn't ejaculate neon onto the set. Like it's the fact that like
that's
the
fair.
Batman, the Schumacher lived
There
in
aren't
that
any
tone.
black
and
light
it was
paint
like-
gangs.
It was
I like Batman Forever.
overload.
I love Batman Forever.
Yeah,
I love all of the Bees Batmans. If it's in their own, I like Batman and Robin. I like all of these in their own special way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've all have something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Tim Burton had the contrasting.
Yeah.
Somehow had gotten.
It's because this movie is also very disturbing in ways that Forever and Batman and Robin
dark
never,
and gothic.
never
Yes.
got.
Disturbing.
But yeah, I think you can't argue Ledger as the best Bat villain. But if we were to have a program that we did on this channel where you did have to argue about things like that, I do think you can argue her.
That sounds like a
and
pain.
I think we have probably.
Yeah,
on
I
a few
think I
times,
have.
different occasions.
She's not a villain, really. That would be my counterpoint.
I have lost the movie fight.
She kills the villain at the end with the taser. She was hiding in that cat suit. I said.
I don't know where she. I don't.
There's not a lot of pockets there.
And her whip.
And her whip. I think the whip is on the out. Oh, in the whip. Yeah,
In the whip.
Yeah, she had to get sewed into that every
Yeah.
time she did it. They had to sew her into it.
Same with all of our outfits today.
Yeah.
I
They
get
just
personally sewn into my clothing every day.
Yep.
Anyways, let's see what else she said.
Movies where the whole universe is at stake return to the glory days where heroes fought over what really matters. Local, municipal, politics. Watch Bruce Wayne engage in a proxy war over electing a new mayor who will grant a rival billionaire some construction permits or something.
If we're gonna break ground when we gotta break ground, I'll need permits to Variances, tax incentives.
I'm gonna fight you on this, and I've already spoken to the mayor.
Oh, that leather
Almost makes you
tufted
miss a
wall.
Skybeam. But where the plot stumbles, the villain's personalities shine, as Christopher Walken earns the title of cinema's second best Shrek, and Danny DeVito brings a manic unhinged fury to the Penguin.
That's still rough.
A mutant
Children's
with a
movie.
wide arsenal
My
of
nose
umbrellas
can be
and
gushing
an even
blood.
wider arsenal of disturbing little grunt noises. Are real penguins this nasty? Did Morgan Freeman lie to us?
Pause.
Pause.
I mean, you gotta just admire Danny DeVito. Like,
Going for it, man.
he's going for broke on this.
He is.
Yeah.
And I mean, one of the reasons why I don't know Batman Returns as well as I know Batman is that I was given license to watch the original Batman as much as I wanted when I was a kid. I was not given that license with Batman Returns because, and I will quote, my mom said the penguin was too gross.
I guess the black stuff is
Your
Danny
mom worked at
DeVito's
McDonald's?
blood.
Yeah, just
it was
like
his
this
idea.
Stuff
Yeah.
coming out of his mouth.
It's
and-
like they would have to
bile.
spray it every time. It's mouthwash, which knowing that makes me feel so much better.
Yeah.
It's just like dark mouthwash.
Yeah.
So like they were Kevin Costner and Waterworlding him between takes.
Yep.
Just goo.
We sprayed him
dark
in goo.
black mouthwash.
But I do like to imagine your mother just watching Batman Returns and like liking it, but being like, not for Daniel.
No,
Not for my Daniel.
No, she was disgusted by it. She was absolutely disgusted by it, and for that reason, I did not have as much license to watch this one as I did the Tim Burton one. And that's the McDonald's famous. That's the whole reason Tim Burton largely didn't get to do a third movie because the
Yeah.
penguin was so
So
gross.
gross.
Yeah. Yep.
That the parents were like to McDonald's, like, why are you putting a toy of this drooling, black gum,
Lecherous.
miscreant into my child's happy meal?
Who wants hamburgers?
The only thing I remember my parents being like, nope, is one day my mom came downstairs and Janet Jackson's video for If had just started playing, and she was like, nope, and like that was the one. But this
familiar with
movie,
that one.
it was just Janet Jackson dancing.
and
A lot of midriff.
Yeah.
a lot of
Lot of
midriff,
midriff.
and that was where my mom drew the line, was Janet midriff. But for some reason they didn't notice this one, and I watched it a lot. This is the best Penguin.
Okay.
We didn't end up using the take because we were worried. I think we had some rights usage issues with Batman the Animated Series. But like, do you want this cool child stealing evil psycho mutant penguin, or you want the dork from the animated series? It's like, man, he gets beaten by children and he sucks.
Yeah,
and
he's kind of like a
dumb.
sub villain in that where it's like he's a buffoon. He's hoity-toity and he thinks he's like this high class gangster, but actually he's an idiot. Like this one is.
The one from Gotham seems
creature.
cool, but
This one is
I fell out, so I don't know.
Well, I think that Tim Burton really took a lot of these character names as like just suggestions. Like Batman is a man who's also got bat tendencies. Catwoman is a cat woman, and Penguin is a penguin.
Or whatever that means to Tim Burton.
Razor tooth sewer man.
I'll stick up for Burgess Meredith. I'll stick up for
yeah.
60s
Okay,
penguin.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like that penguin.
Everyone in the Adam West series is doing the Lord's work.
Yes, that's true.
Egghead, King Tut, Cesar Romero's Joker,
Louis the Lilac.
yeah,
Eartha Kitt.
yeah, Eartha Kitt. They're
Who is
all
my Catwoman?
yeah, they are all crushing it in that movie. But I don't know. This penguin just. He has a army of penguins with rockets attached to their back. Like that's the pinnacle for a supervillain. Like Dr. Evil couldn't get his sharks,
But Penguin got his penguins.
but Penguin got his penguins.
Tiny little rockets.
With their tiny little
so
baby
tiny and
rockets.
cute.
I guess his clowns made them.
It was his
I
backup
think
plan,
so.
though. Did they make? See, this is where it all falls apart for me. When you think about it, it was like that was not his original plan. That was his backup plan.
Right.
But then, did they make thousands of tiny rocket launchers?
Yeah,
Yes.
Which one of the
just in case this went poorly?
which
They're
one of
ready to
those
go.
clowns is the munitions expert?
Probably the big one that Batman killed with the bomb.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one.
He
He
strikes me
also
as a
makes them, and he was like, "Look what I did."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just wanted to show Batman his bomb.
The irony!
Hoisted by my own petard.
And it seems like there's that shot of when he's like, we're going to turn his car into an H-bomb on wheels. The tall guy who's like, not you, Shrek. Like, he's very proud of the plan. So I think maybe him. Yeah,
'cause
and the monkey.
His plan all along, like why he's going through the Gotham records looking for his parents, is he's
wants to
actually
steal
looking
kids.
to murder, steal.
First,
or kill.
murder and drown the children
Yes.
of the
Yeah,
firstborn
that's dark.
sons of Gotham.
Because
Very dark.
Because that's what happened to him. So he wants to make everyone sad because he's a sewer boy.
Yep.
I'm a sewer boy.
I'm a sewer boy.
He just spends a lot of time reminding people he's seen his poop. I think it was something that we didn't get a chance to put in, but
He's just a sewer boy.
he's constantly like making number 2 puns.
Where you flush, I flutter, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like,
You flush it, I flaunt it.
yeah.
Hey, I'm Fred's hand. I love that scene so much. It's so good.
But they treated me like number 2.
It's such a good
It's like, we
line.
get it. You live in poop.
Keep playing, Billy.
Sorry, Billy.
Sorry, Billy.
Gotta be some Batman in this Batman movie somewhere. And when Bruce Wayne isn't snacking in front of a TV
Cold.
or begging the world to learn his secret identity,
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
It's so
he'll hit the
cool.
streets to bust some
Pause.
heads. whether
It's
they're
so cool.
It is
but also so stupid.
Yeah,
like
there would be. So the bat signal, is there like just a chain of mirrors that leads it all the way
Yes.
from Gotham to his house?
Apparently.
If you could follow that, you would think that's a pretty easy. Like you would think if you were up high, you
Yeah,
could
are
see
there
the
no
bat signal and
helicopters?
then just literally follow the
Let's
line.
go into Bruce Wayne's house.
it is literally a house on the hill.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if it's anything like Edward Scissorhands' house, like there's a suburb down there somewhere, and they're just like,
It's a
bat signal.
if it's a foggy night, it's pretty
Yeah.
easy to see where that beam of light is shining.
that said, it
But
gave us
it
my.
looks cool.
Yeah.
It's everything about this movie.
the rule
It
of
looks
cool.
awesome, but holds no rational weight if you put.
It
any
gave us my
critical
favorite
thinking
Twitter
behind it.
gif.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
But it's so dumb. It's
so dumb.
Sorry. I just,
Keep going.
They're clowns on stilts,
On
clowns
clowns.
with machine guns, or slowly advancing karate clowns. No clown is safe from Batman's vengeance. Wait, so let me get this straight. The Penguin gets penguins and a clown army, and the Joker gets Bob?
Rest in peace, Bob.
That's fair. So suit up with the film that changed the course of the Bat franchise by grossing out the sponsors so much they gave the next 2 movies to Joel Schumacher, the man everyone hates for making Batman too kinky,
Down, Oswald.
too jokey,
It's a very bad one-liner.
and just way too campy.
Look at their little legs.
Oh,
It's
those are
like
real
you just didn't
penguins.
respect the source material, you know? Batman has always been serious business, you guys. Serious business. Starring The Bachelor, Cat Scratch Pfeiffer,
Nice job, Joe.
Love Bachelor,
That was
The
Danielle.
Toxic
Oh.
Avenger,
What? Come on.
Nice job, John.
John
John
killed that.
Bailey.
Funeral March of the Penguins.
2 in a row.
a posse of insane clowns. Adopt, don't shop.
Oh.
And who needs a Catwoman when you got yourself a catty man?
Sometimes it's a diversion to read such rubbish. Most of the time, it's a waste of time. Must you be the only lonely man-beast in town? Shall we change the channel to a program with some dignity and class? I suppose you feel better now, sir. Ready? I think I'll take the stairs. May we RSVP? Not interested. Although, it's only Kyle might be there.
That little frowny face is my favorite
The
thing in the
Dark
world.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Can't wait for Pennyworth, you guys. Oh, boy. Get to find out
Props to
why
the
he's so
actor playing
catty.
Walking Son for doing a walk impression to his face.
Dad, go! Save yourself!
Dad, go.
Dad, go save yourself.
Everyone thinks they can do a walking impression, and we're all kind of right.
Yeah.
Dad, go, save yourself.
It's Kevin Pollak and
Jay Moore.
Jay Moore.
And John Bailey.
The good ones.
John Bailey does
Yeah.
an excellent
Yeah.
Christopher Walken
Yeah.
impression.
That starring is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has some of my favorite reads in this one.
Well, watching that reminds me of some other fun stuff we have, so let's roll right into
Yeah.
the deleted scenes.
So do we get in front of this, or do we just let it happen and then address it?
I think, well, there's one joke. See if you can spot it.
See if you can guess who wrote it.
See if you can guess.
This debuted in front of a crowd at Comic-Con, and
they laughed.
They did
They
laugh.
laughed.
Let's
They did.
let's see if you can
Roll
spot
it.
what we're talking about.
Starring Your Keaton Heart.
That's the one.
Spotlight. Hashtag meow too. Death becomes her. Hello, shitty. Mr. Fish Odor. Dr. Mantis Toboggan. I See E-Man.
Would you hurry up and get those kids loaded already?
Summy this Penguin. More like Max Blech. R.I.P. Mad Magazine. The guy everyone does an impression of. Doing an impression.
You're fired.
Cats. Kitty.
Kitty.
And Pee-wee's Big Abortion.
What was wrong with that one?
That's Paul Rubens, if you weren't familiar. Paul Rubens throwing his baby carriage off the bridge in the unreleased film Pee-wee's Big Abortion that we all thought was pretty funny and then decided it wasn't funny, but it was, but we shouldn't. But there's a lot of back and forth on this one.
There was. The conversation in the room was really funny on that one. I can't remember what joke got pitched later that had no reaction but seemed worse to me. So this is instantly a terrible story. Spencer, get me out of this. I'm in a flat spin.
Sometimes you gotta, as they say in comedy, sometimes you gotta kill your babies. You know, the ones that you're really attached to, the jokes you really love. So, sometimes you gotta just let them go. Much like Pee Wee Herman did with his child in Batman Returns. Is there anything else deleted?
50 Shades of Way.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
I'm not checking my phone. We wrote down some viewer response to this one. Angelo Polici writes, I swear they already did an honest trailer for this.
It feels like that to us.
We've done it 3 times this year. Can you spot which one? No,
we did not.
Just all the other one and Tim Burton. Maybe the Tim Burton. It was in the Tim Burton every Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, that's probably what he's
why.
thinking of. And in fairness, I don't remember every one we've done. I'm like, wow, we really haven't done that movie yet.
We've done
Waterworld, never.
Yeah. No, we have not done an honest trailer for Batman Returns until now. Now we have.
Now he's accurate.
Belzer 007 which I assume is Richard Belzer's biggest fan. For anyone who's wondered who Shrek's son is, it's Andrew Bryniarski, who played Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remakes.
Yeah, he was also, I believe, he played what's his name, big dumb Russian character in the Street Fighter movie. If I'm not
Zangief.
mistaken. I think he might have been Zangief.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
I wish he had done the walking impression in that too.
Ryu, come here. I'm gonna give you a grappling.
I'm gonna give you a grappling.
Let's see, which one of these are good? Tim Burton said Batman has less screen time, that's from Milton Jackson, to give him privacy and keep from overexposure. Do you agree?
To give him privacy?
Privacy. He's not real.
I don't.
Batman alone.
I think what he's saying is if Batman was like a monster in a slasher movie, like you don't want to keep overplaying here's the monster, here's the monster.
I will agree. Like, for example, the Batman Forever does have the scene where Batman's sitting in the courtroom.
Yeah, as Batman.
As Batman, like,
right.
That is a bit much. I agree. You need to give Batman a little more mystique than just like, hello, am I next on the docket?
Yeah, keep him shrouded in darkness.
But
you weigh a little more than 100.
Yeah.
Well, X writes,
I think that's a little projection on Tim Burton's part.
Get that name.
Batman just needs more privacy, man. He's overexposed right now.
This is one of the last true old Hollywood-style backlot blockbusters. At the Christmas lighting scene, there's like 27 people, and the Monarch Theater is in the background of every outdoor street scene.
Yep, sure.
What about this movie could and could not be replicated today?
I used to eat when I worked at Warner Brothers, the stairs where he saves the mayor's baby, which is also where the pen was mightier than the sword in '89. I used to eat my lunch on those stairs every day.
That's cool.
There's there is a weird magic to the Warner's backlot, especially that
and there's the tree lighting ceremony, and there's like 2 other speeches that we didn't make any bones out of it, but like they're very sparsely attended press conferences and speeches and stuff like that. You can tell that they're all cramped onto a lot. Movie magic. A lot of people. Okay, so not about Batman Returns, but The Boys honest trailer keeps coming up right before this video. Yes.
Yeah.
They are sponsoring this one, and so we made them the pre-roll. That's why. And a lot of people asking, why is there not a Tarantino themed trailer? And to that, I say, oh man, we will. I can say we will. I just don't want to do it right now. It's made like 8 movies this week, right after Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is opening this week. A lot of people are like, they're going to do every Quentin Tarantino movie, and we did discuss it, but those trailers take a very long time.
A lot longer than a normal one.
This was coming out the week after Comic-Con, which means it would have been in production leading up to Comic-Con. Where already that is like that and the end of the year are like our busiest times of the year. We had just done every Marvel movie, like the entire MCU. So yes,
Game of Thrones
and Game of Thrones seasons whatever. 5 through 8 or what? Yeah, 6 through 8, whatever we did. I don't even remember.
Maybe we'll do it for the digital release of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or something.
We
didn't want to take on another huge one right now.
It was too much. It was too much for the workload. Sorry, I know people were disappointed. We'll do it. We'll do it someday.
Yeah,
Feet.
Yeah, there's your preview. Feet.
I mean, yeah.
He makes himself say the N-word a lot, which is weird.
Samuel L. Jackson will be somewhere.
Yeah. There's a preview and more feet.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say on Batman Returns. Any final thoughts? It's a good movie.
Good movie.
Yeah, good movie.
They don't make them like this anymore.
Yeah, I just kind of want to start sharing Backlot facts.
Did you ever get to go to the Backlot where they filmed the sequel to Purple Rain, Graffiti Bridge?
There's a sequel to Purple Rain called Graffiti Bridge.
Oh my God, yes. And it's written
sounds like something off 30 Rock that it's Tracy Morgan was in.
And directed by Prince, and it's all on the Backlot, but they're still trying to make it look like that Music Row or whatever area in Minneapolis.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
I will tell you that where Robin fights that Blacklight gang and Forever is the same alley where Mary Jane and Spider-Man have the upside down kiss.
Oh,
and when the T-Rex chases the Jeep in Jurassic Park, they run right by where Kermit sings Rainbow Connection in the beginning of the Muppet movie. Movies are weird.
Lot of facts.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the facts for today, and I hope you'll join us next week where we will be discussing a film. Heavenly. It's just sent from above, this one. So that's all you're getting as a clue. We will see you next week for more Honest Trailer Commentaries. Thanks for watching.